5 pounds of the leader. That's all I can ask for. And then the next day I want the same thing. And then the third day, you know, I want to be within striking distance where that third day, whenever you have that magical day, then you can hopefully come back and win the tournament.
When you're fishing a tournament, June, when you get off the water, do you check to see where you stand? If like for us today we have Bass Track.
Yeah.
But do you, now that we're off the water, I guess you're allowed to do whatever you want to get to the weigh-in and weigh the fish in. But can you go online and check? Is that allowed?
I'm pretty sure it is. The tournament's over with, but that's the point. The tournament's over with. Nobody else is fishing. My position is set now. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. So the best thing for me to do is get to the weigh-in and get those fish weighed in and just start thinking about tomorrow. That's there's nothing I can change now. I mean, I'm not thinking about today. I'm already starting to hopefully figure some things out for tomorrow.
Last year at the Classic, you were one of the favorites. Came, 6th place last year?
In that neighborhood. I'm not sure, 6th, 7th, or 8th, somewhere in there.
Does that amount of pressure that's put on you from media and from spectator boats and stuff, does that help you become a better angler? And when you're in a situation like this year's Classic?
Yeah, I mean, you know, last year I was a rookie in the aspect of the big number of spectator boats. You know, there was times last year that I had 70, 75 boats watching me, and it kind of shocked me last year. And this year, I'm a little more prepared for it. You still are at the mercy of the spectator boats, per se, but I've learned to deal with it a little more, like which rotation I'm going to go to. You don't want to pull on you got to know where your followers are going to be at, so they don't mess up water that you want to fish in front of you. Today I pretty much spent most of my time in one general area, just bounce around here and there, and it worked out, but I could kind of control those spectator boats.
Yeah. Is there a way to make it so that they actually can help you? Does that make sense? I've actually had people say to me, one of the things Kevin Van Dam does better than anyone is he controls the spectator boats so that they push fish towards him. Is that possible?
Well, as many fish as he catches, I would say it is possible, but I'm not smart enough to figure something like that out. The best thing I can do is just fish and whatever happens. I don't know what that goofball on the side of the road is doing.
Do you ever get nervous when you go on stage, like what's going to happen today?
I don't get nervous, being in front of a lot of people. That, I grew up playing ball and speaking in front of a lot of kids and stuff. What I do get nervous about is you only get so many chances a year to really make say something really good about your sponsors, and you just want to go up there and say the right thing. You don't want to sound like a commercial, but you want to talk about your sponsors, and because without my sponsors, I wouldn't be able to do this. I've been doing it long enough now that if I didn't have support from sponsors, I wouldn't do it. I mean, it's just it's too hard to do. It's an expensive sport.
Yes.
But you can, with the right support from sponsors and then cashing some checks, it's definitely a way to make a good living. And I'm living proof. If I can do it, I believe anybody can do
it. After 5 years as a professional angler, what drives you to become a better angler and continue at such a high level?
Well, the main thing is, this is how I support my family, and that the better that I do, the better lifestyle my family has, and that's probably one of the highest pushers at me. But me growing up playing ball and stuff, I think athletes, and I'm not an athlete now, I'm about 20 pounds overweight, but I think we have a mentality that there's nobody out there that puts more pressure lose. I mean, if we were running the foot race, playing baseball, or shooting marbles, I don't like losing. And fishing's a hard sport because it's not like basketball where you win. You got a 50% chance of winning. I mean, in all honesty, fishing, like right now, I got a 1 in 55 chance of winning this tournament. And a lot of elite events, it's 1 in 100. So it's not like, I mean, you just gotta, I just don't like to lose. And for me to stay consistent, that's the biggest thing. That's kind of my internal goal is I just want to have chances to win tournaments, and the more chances that you have to win, the more tournaments you're going to win. You're just around the top. And
well, being consistent like that in the FLW series and in bass is why you're ranked #1 in the world. Do you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Does that put a target on your back from other anglers?
Well, I don't see it as being the #1 angler in the world. I see it being the guy that's hot right now. And I've had, the last actually 3 years, I've won some tournaments. The way that I fish, though, I tend to go for the win a lot, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it backfires. And my main goal, if I could change one thing in my fishing, I want my bad tournaments to be 40th place finishes, not 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you just stay, 40 and above and have chances to win, you're going to win tournaments. I mean, the ball's going to roll on your side of the court at some time.
We grew up as a basketball player, like myself. Favorite basketball player growing up was?
Michael Jordan.
Of course.
Whenever I was in high school, Michael was in his prime, and I mean, I can remember buying a pair of, the Jordan basketball shoes.
Yeah.
And that day, it was just like, I mean, you think you play somewhat like him. Of course, I didn't, but he's by far, the most enjoyable player I've ever watched.
Do you still watch basketball today? Do you enjoy it as much as you did when you were younger?
No, to be honest with you, I'd rather watch football now. I don't know if I got burned out or what. When I do watch basketball, I think I like March Madness and when the NBA's in the playoffs and stuff. But just to watch a game, I would